सांस लेता हूँ तो रॉयल एनफील्ड एक नई बाइक निकाल देता
Yeah,
है.
lovely said.
I
Because of
think this is a Royal Enfield for like more sensible people, like who
more
actually want to
sophisticated.
tour with the
Yes.
Royal Enfield with
Yes.
no issues.
Hello, everyone. This is the Exit Corner episode 9. Today we have a very interesting with us, a very interesting topic. The Interceptor Bear 6.
Bear 650.
Royal Enfield released this bike this month. We
Yep.
had an idea that they are coming out with something, but everyone thought it's a
It's a
750cc.
750 something like that. Yeah.
We did not know this is what they're cooking. So I have a lot of things to talk about this bike. A lot of people were
Yep.
discussing if they want to buy this bike or not. And the most important thing is we will compare this with the normal Interceptor 650
Yep.
and the Bear Interceptor 650, and which should you go for and which will people go for rather. So starting with the specs, Ronan, if you can just give the specs of a normal 650. I believe it's the same.
A normal 650. So this is like 45 bhp or something like that.
47.
47 bhp. Sorry. 47 bhp and
Yeah.
I believe 51 of torque. And this right here is
51
a
to 52.
19-inch unit, right? The front is like
Yes, the
19
front
inch
is 19,
and the rear is 18
17,
or 17-inch, like 17-inch,
17.
because usually scramblers are just like this. Their
Yep,
front wheel is like more wider and have a better profile. So
true,
just to
true,
hop in, just in case if you are doing
true,
off-road or trail like something that.
true.
So
I agree.
also the suspension setup is as the same as of that the Super Meteor 650. Like these are the same Showa front forks, and also these rear shocks are tuned a little bit different. They are more designed for the load bearing capacity.
True,
I mean,
true.
scramblers are typically not like that, because if you look at true scramblers like Ducati Scrambler or like
Triumph.
Triumph Scrambler 1200, so those are like different breed. Their rear shocks are a little too differently tuned and more like more relaxed riding something,
They are more bouncy.
more
They're not
bouncy
stiff.
and more
Yeah,
plush. More they offer
yeah,
more plush ride quality. So
yes.
also the frame, they worked upon the frame. They reinforced this same frame that came up with the Interceptor, so that this can bear more load and bear more wear and tear. Also,
Yes, they've added some more pillars so that it can bear a
some
better
more
load from
pillar.
the rear.
Exactly.
So that is what we know about this bike. Now, one thing I know is it's the same 650cc engine that comes in the normal
It is the same
Interceptor.
engine. Yeah.
Some differences is firstly the front fork travel has
Front
increased.
forks,
It is not the same as the Interceptor. It has more travel, and
more
as
travel.
Ronin pointed out, it's the same Showa suspension that comes in the Super
Super
Meteor.
Meteor 650.
Uh,
Also the disc rotor size. Yeah, they have
it's
changed
320,
this up by a huge margin. So these are like 320 of something.
320 and rear is
320
270.
right?
Yes.
Also these might have came with the sintered pads, because
These
usually Royal
come
Enfields do not offer sintered pads. They offer
Yes.
ceramic brake pads.
I believe they come with ceramic, not sintered, but these are definitely better brakes. They
These
these
are
brakes
these
are
should be, in fact these should be, because this is like a scrambler bike, and
yeah,
scramblers usually do tend to have like more fall off and like something like, so
yeah.
that will offer you better braking bite.
Yes. Now, what I would like to talk about is one very unique feature that this bike has, which I love. Which personally, when we came to
Supermoto
look at this
ABS.
bike, supermoto ABS, and it doesn't have an electronic configuration where you open
Yeah,
the screen and you fidget around with the bike. No, it has a button.
this is purely manual. This is
You
only
connect.
one button and you can activate that.
Yeah, KTM, learn something from Royal Enfield. Come on, guys. I don't want to be able to stop my bike and then go into the manual fit settings and fidget around and turn this
Mm,
mode. This is
yeah.
something Royal Enfield. I am saying I don't know if they pioneered this or no, but this is something that Royal Enfield has done, which is amazing. It threw me off guard when I came
Indeed.
to this button, and I was like, "Damn, this is a feature that a scrambler has." So the cons, what we think is headlight. It's not good.
I mean, okay,
Does Royal
it's
Enfield
like
have a good headlight?
yeah, yeah, it's like love or hate relationship. Some
Yeah.
people like it, some people not.
Yes.
It's like
Now,
that.
Ronan, what do you think about the dash? This has a infamously
Oh,
digital
the
dash number.
dash,
It has a
yeah,
digital dash.
yeah.
So, what do you think about the dash?
So the dash is, to me, it looks impressive because it has turn by turn navigation and plus a colorful dash. That too is useful. I mean, it doesn't have any useless information like lap timer or something. My bike has lap timer, and I believe that is completely useless. Instead of that, they should offer like temperature gauge, engine temperature gauge, like something that. And surprisingly, this bike has that. This bike has those
Yes.
same features that are practically useful. Plus,
Yes.
the supermoto mode you told already that is mechanically controlled. That has a separate distinctive button for that.
Yes. And
And
it has ride modes as well, I believe, because
yeah, it has ride
it
modes.
has the
It
same
has ride
cluster as
modes.
a Himalayan and a Gorilla.
Yeah, it's the same cluster, same unit, but still, I mean, I'm impressed because the usability here and the practicality which is here offered. I mean, it's not a practical bike, but when you are here for long tours, this might be your go-to choice.
The go-to choice, yes. It has more differences that we can talk about is it has a single exhaust.
Ah, yeah,
It's a
single two
single,
by one exhaust.
it's a single shot can,
Yeah.
which a lot of people will like and love and hate. It's a love and hate thing because Royal Enfield 650s are famously known for their grunty
Grunty note and like their
note,
notorious character, है ना?
which
So
this bike, it sounds amazing. Don't
indeed,
underestimate the sound of this bike, but it doesn't feel the same as a stock or a base Interceptor or a GT 650 or even
also this right here, the two by one setup is done for a purpose just to make this a more wide weight distribution. Like if you understand my point, wide weight distribution helps a lot in managing the bike weight. Like if you turn around the bike and if you can saddle onto that, so saddling becomes easy. If you
yeah.
have two by two system exhaust, you probably have more weight and like unsprung mass lying around. So you won't be
Yes.
doing that more efficiently. So this will make the job
Yes.
easy. You can
And the
saddle and
tire
you can
size
tour on it.
is, yeah, it's 100 for the front and
It's 100 for the
140 for
front
the
and
rear.
140 for the rear.
And since we're talking about weight, one more very important thing is this bike does not weigh significantly less than the Meteor. Sorry,
It is
the
it
base
is in
Interceptor
fact
650.
yeah, it is in fact heavier than most of the actual real scramblers.
It's 3 kilos less
Yeah.
than 3 kilo. That's so they said they removed one side's exhaust. So three, I'm like, so personally, I was under the conception that 3 kilos is doesn't really matter much. But then when I tried this bike, this is now my review of the try. I rode this bike as
Mm,
Ronin suggested that it has got less unsprung mass because it
mm,
is a wider load bearing capacity. It is nimble.
mm.
I have to. I didn't record it. I don't usually take my camera nowadays, so I didn't record. But it is surprisingly nimble. It is.
That is saying something.
Yeah, it's not as nimble as a Scram. Like my for scramblers, my comparison baseline is a Scram 400X because that is the most usable and market friendly scrambler we have in our Indian market. As
The
compared to
benchmark middleweight scrambler, like what I
yeah,
can,
we can say
matlab,
that, yeah.
I can
Bench.
perceive. Yeah,
Yeah, the quality is not on par with the Triumph, but it is still good. It is not bad. The brakes are okay. You can straddle on it and everything. You can put weight on the sides also. One thing that it has also better than the Interceptor is that straddling is easier on this bike
easier, obviously.
because of the tire size and everything.
And the
Um,
high side handlebar also,
High side
which also
handlebar,
helps
the
in.
seat is more comfortable. Apparently, it is more comfortable.
Mm,
One thing that I will say is if you put a lot of weight on this bike and it tips over like a base Interceptor, you will fall. Don't fight me on
mm.
this. Don't say ki nahi, I am used to. Guys, it's 200 and let's say you'll add some accessories. It's going to go to 230 kilos, and you'll add more stuff. It will go to 250, 260, and then you are also yourself heavy. And if you have a pillion, the weight is going to cross 300, you will fall. So that is one downside. Another downside, which was the factor where a lot of people said we will not buy this bike. We were in love with this bike. We said कि यार ये bike तो मेरे को चाहिए. And then we came to know it comes with tube wheels.
Tube wheels, अरे भाई.
And Royal Enfield, why? Every time they go 4 steps ahead and 3 steps back.
3 steps back.
The
Yeah.
Himalayan has tubeless
Him-
wheels.
Himalayan has that, and also like in the Himalayan also, they launched tubeless spoke wheels a lot later,
A lot
which
later.
is like almost
That
a
was
year
a
later.
that was a thing with the licensing and government law, so we
Yeah.
can't get into that detail. But Royal Enfield, even the US doesn't have tubeless spoke wheels. I mean, come on, guys. Himalayan International version got tubeless wheels earlier. Why not this? This is such a
Retro
unique
bike feel.
retro
Retro
bike.
bike problems.
You want to stand, you want to move your bike on the side like a man. You want to just put your sleeves up and remove a tire and then just
Remove a
wrench up.
tire and all. Yeah.
When everyone else is reached ahead and probably chilling and having a beer. So I'm assuming maybe later down the line it will be out.
Yeah.
And now two things. The most important topic I would like to talk about is Bears Interceptor Bear 650 versus Interceptor 650. Ronan, which is the better bike?
That depends on the use case.
Straight up. Like no use case, no scenario, no condition.
Uh,
Basically, which is the better bike?
for me, this is a better bike.
Okay.
And why do I say that? Why do I say that? I mean, I know Interceptor comes with alloy wheels and tubeless spokes and all the good stuff, and it probably has better value in the market too. But this bike right here can do better touring job and can handle better bad roads, and probably handles way more better than the Interceptor 650, because the Interceptor 650 in itself is a very heavy bike. Heavy as in it's an organized chaos, not like that. If I have to put it in words, like it is too much heavier, but it can tour. But you also have a certain fear in mind that are my exhausts okay? Are my exhausts not scraped? And like, because I mean, it
Oh,
happens. It happens.
famously, there are so
Yeah,
many videos of
yeah.
interceptors and GTs on the internet where the exhaust just falls.
Falls
It
exactly.
just
Yeah.
falls off. So yeah,
So I mean that the 2x1 setup is so good for that. It's way more practical and way more like you have to maintain it less. In other words, I have to say.
yeah, and not to mention we have the supermoto mode,
Yeah,
and the bike itself has riding modes,
yeah, exactly.
so it's got
So
more
it
suspension
comes with
travel.
almost everything good you can expect from a Royal Enfield.
Yes, except the tubing tires. Uh, I personally, I also think that the Bear 650 is better.
Hmm.
The reason why in India I would not suggest people to buy the Bear 650 is the tubeless tires.
Yeah,
Tube
exactly.
tires. The moment someone tells me ki I can get that done, I can get an aftermarket done, I can get an
Yeah,
aftermarket wheel, or
yeah.
I
If you
can
have the money, if you have the
get
money to
yeah,
buy
or
better stuff,
yeah,
go
or
for
if
it.
someone says that KTM, because KTM has a rare KTM SW has a rare 17 and front 19.
Yeah,
If someone says that, or someone orders wheels from
orders that.
abroad, and
Yeah,
or they just do it themselves by putting a tape and then glue and then epoxy and everything all that.
sealant and all. Yeah,
Jugadu stuff. So if someone says they can do that, then I'm like, fine, go with the basic 50. It's
yeah.
a better bike. So practically and theoretically, it is the better bike.
It is a
Now,
better bike, obviously.
in the real world, I'll tell you why Indians will not buy this. One very
First
important
of
reason.
all, that 2x2 exhaust system.
Yes, number one is
Yeah,
exhaust.
yeah,
We want that sound. We want that
yeah.
not even sound. We want that noise.
We
We
want
want
attention.
we
We
want
enjoy that
attention.
attention.
Yeah, because two exhausts. Let's face it, two exhausts look better. They just look,
Obviously, any
it
day.
looks,
That look beautiful. And
and it is chromed out. This is not chromed out. This is black. This is full
this
black.
is
That
matte.
comes out
This is
black.
matte.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's matte black. It's a matte black. That one is chromed out. Chromed out. It
Chrome.
looks
Yeah.
beautiful. And one more thing is a lot of people don't like the cluster gauge. They want analog,
Yeah.
even though the analog one has at least 10 to 15 speed error. I don't know how much the Himalayan, the digital one has.
The fuel gauge error is in fact common in every Royal Enfield.
Every Royal Stewart gauge
Every
errors,
Royal Enfield.
Roto error, Roto error, all these errors are there. But
Yeah. RPM
people
drop
want
issue and
that,
all.
yeah, but people want that feel. Uh, Triumph has played very well with this, with their cluster. Their
I
cluster
mean,
is semi.
Triumph
It's
is
not
like,
even. It's not even a TFT. It's an LED scale. It's an
yeah,
LED and
it's a
analog.
combined unit of like a tachometer, like more like a speedometer. It's not even a tachometer, let's face it. It's a speedometer combined with a tachometer that is digital.
Yes, so it is. Triumph has played very well around it. That's why we say no Triumph. The scramblers benchmark is the Triumph started it. So Royal Enfield has done it. I'm not saying that this is inferior to the
No, no,
physical cluster gauge. It is better, in
no.
fact, because you
It
also
is
have running
better.
modes.
It
Oh,
is
we
better,
forgot one
more
very important thing.
accurate. Oh, what?
Ride by wire.
Oh, oh,
Finally,
oh, damn.
because the Interceptor 650 is ride by cable and Bear
Yeah.
Interceptor 650 or Interceptor Bear 650. Oh, why do they have to name it like this? It is the
Ah,
ride by
right by wire. Arey, damn. Oh,
That's why it gives it modes. So
it gives you instant power.
it gives you have, I believe there are three modes or two or three modes. I'm not sure
If
which.
you know, please drop a comment. Please
Yeah, if you know, please drop a
share
comment.
some
I
light.
don't remember right now. I'm assuming maybe one mode is off road and one road might be road on road or not on
Oh,
road, like street or something. I'm not sure.
okay,
It's not called
exactly.
sport. If Royal Enfield, if you all have named it sport mode on this bike, you guys have issues. Make a sports car, make a sports bike. Sorry,
Yeah,
which they are capable of. Because
indeed,
the
they
new
are
shotgun 650 mods, man, amazing.
crazy.
It is good. People are doing good. So, in the real world, I feel the stock interceptor will sell more because of two reasons: show off
It's mass appeal. Yeah,
nostalgia.
indeed.
But color wise, I mean, guys, you can't beat this. Look at this. You can't beat these colors. The honey
Any
color also.
every single color scheme of this bike, I love it. I love it.
I mean,
What
the
I'm
one
talking.
behind
I mean,
Ronin, the frame is painted.
the frame is painted exactly. That looks
What do you want?
beautiful.
Yeah. Look at this. This is black. That is a shade of blue. What it's
Shade of blue.
turquoise blue,
Yeah,
turquoise or some shade. Girls will know better.
it's the
So
same color that came in the Gorilla 450.
yeah, so it's an amazing color and it's an amazing bike. It's more
Yeah,
comfortable.
it's
It
more
has
comfortable.
bearing capacity, and I, Royal Enfield has not sponsored this video. And personally, I don't. I will never buy a Royal Enfield. I mean,
No,
not
no,
never.
no.
Now I will not. Maybe in the future I may, and I may prove myself wrong. Maybe in the
Till
future.
we have some spare amount of money left in our bank account.
Yeah, maybe in the future Royal Enfield comes up with such an amazing bike that I just
Yeah,
cannot deny it. But I like this bike. I have to say this. I love
indeed.
this engine. I'm sure Ronin also loves this engine. Even the stock.
Indeed, indeed. I love this engine. Also, like I earlier said, if I have some spare money left in my account, I'll just throw it upon Royal Enfield. Give me the bike.
Just give us 650, yeah, guys. I mean, you have a
Indeed,
270-degree crank. You get that.
indeed.
You get that noise. You can get. There are so many aftermarket affordable exhausts. Not like our sports bikes where it costs us 70,000, 80,000.
Yeah, exactly.
An Indian brand, an Indian made in India brand exhaust for an RC would cost anywhere till 30,000, which is
Yeah,
nuts.
you have
It's
so many
crazy.
options like barrel exhausts and Gursevak exhausts and
Kursevak is
RRP.
there, Red Rooster is there, AWE is there. There are so many.
AW, yeah, AW had a fantastic job. Moto, Off Trails Moto also had exhaust.
Yes, there are so many options.
There are
So
so many options here. In fact, in the real world, these might be better than the stock exhaust because these are more lightweight and have a better like. the
depending
internal
on the
net
use
of these
case.
yeah use
Yes,
cases, it's better. Sounds
it's
also better,
so
obviously.
yeah, but we are not undermining the stock exhaust. The stock exhausts are also very good.
Stock, yeah, stock
It
sounds
has done
sweet.
a good job with
Yeah,
this. So all in all, I can't say anything bad about this bike on in the real world, except the wheels, of course. Which if you can work around, it is great. It's amazing.
make it tubeless, please, please, Royal
It's
Enfield,
Royal
please.
Enfield. I believe they'll come with a option, but it's got ride modes. It's got ride by wire. It's got better brakes. It's got, yes, it is heavy, but you can manage the weight much better than the Interceptor, base Interceptor. It's got more load
Yeah,
bearing capacity.
more load bearing capacity,
It's got a nice shotgun exhaust.
short
It's
can exhaust,
laminating.
and
The
yeah,
design is good. I like. In fact, this thing which comes out, this panel that comes out from the back. I
yeah,
like it.
yeah,
It is. It's unique.
this,
It's different. It's a bit different. It's
mm,
nice. I think it's, and the supermoto mode.
indeed,
The button for the supermoto. I mean,
button for the
Royal
supermoto mode
Enfield.
dedicatedly,
You guys have done it. You guys have done it. So
indeed.
if you are in the market to buy a 650 tourer and you have let's say just
5
20
lakhs.
25,000 extra to convert the wheels into tubeless or buy tubeless spoke wheels,
Yeah,
please get this.
please get them.
It is, you will not regret it. I don't own this bike. I don't own a Royal Enfield, but as someone who's ridden this bike, as someone who has a benchmark of a Scram 400, this is an
Yeah,
amazing bike. If you
this is an
want to
amazing
back,
bike. Yeah.
yeah,
They
if you
up
want to
their
back,
standards, and the kind of finishing they offered in this bike, it's amazing.
this has better fit and finish than the
Indeed.
it just is it's an amazing. I mean,
And I also think this is probably the most expensive Royal Enfield right now in the market, apart from the Super Meteor 650, which can be, I might be wrong, I might be wrong, I might be
let's
wrong. Let's check the prices.
let's check the price. Uh, Bear 650 in Chandigarh is, let's see, on road price starts from 3.86 and goes up to 4.8, 4.08.
4.8 something. Yeah.
So on road price includes the, yeah, so no, it's not the most expensive.
Yeah, that's optional. Like insurance costs are vary
Yeah,
upon.
insurance cross varies and all. So let's say
Yeah,
it's like GT and Bear and Interceptor and Super Meteor and Benz. They're all
yeah.
around only. But Royal Enfield, you guys have the same when I said about the Gorilla 650. Sorry, Gorilla 450.
Gorilla 450.
Same
Okay.
thing I would say about this bike. This bike is good. Royal Enfield, you guys really have
By the
hit.
way, how about a Gorilla 650?
I'm sure it
just
will come.
just in case. I mean, they
I have
they.
heard rumors about a GT 450. So why not?
Oh my. Yeah.
Probably the next update of a Gorilla would be a bigger tank. The Gorilla has a small
Indeed.
tank, 11 inch
It
basically.
should have a bigger tank for a bike. I mean, this much powerful.
Yeah,
It's probably more like more flickable and more fast off the line. My bike faster than my bike. I mean, imagine
faster than
just a Royal Enfield is faster than my bike.
fun
That
weekend.
too single cylinder. Hmm.
Yeah, it's a fun weekend bike. You can tour on it if you want to, but it's a small
Indeed,
fuel tank, so you have to be careful. You
it's
have to take
small
the
fuel
fuel
tank.
tanks
Yeah,
and everything.
that's the only issue what I will say Royal Enfield to resolve. Apart from that, it's a fantastic bike.
But
Whatever it
yeah,
is, if
with
it's a handling department, it's good. The brakes, those are also good. Apart from tires, tires are
better
Seat, so
tires, you
I
get
don't trust
better
Seat.
tires. You can get better tires anywhere,
Yeah,
and it is a good bike. I like this bike.
indeed.
I don't have we don't have a lot to say about this bike because the engine is old. We already know about this engine. There are
Yeah.
just few features here and there.
It's tried and tested and highly reliable engine. Like
Get a
we
new
have so far,
headlight, of
yeah.
course.
And a better headlight will be a better add-on.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I believe that fuel tank also size is same. Is it
no,
30?
no, 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 no. That's the fuel tank size is like probably 13 liter or 13.5 something kuch.
13.5, 13, 13, 13, 13.7, yeah.
Yeah, something. So it has a better fuel tank.
Which
So
is
it
good.
will
13.7 is good
offer
for.
a better fuel range.
Yeah, you can get a mileage of 28 to 30. Some people I know have removed 32 also from this, 32, 33 also from this engine. If
Mm.
you ride in at a certain speed and cruise and gear accordingly,
Mm.
that you will learn. Everyone learns. Some
You
people
need a long tour and yeah, lower RPM, bigger gear.
lower RPM, high gear, you can just cruise.
Yeah,
Like 80, 90 is the ideal one. Sixth gear, 80, 90
idle.
is cruise
Yeah,
mode. You can get mileage out of it.
indeed.
So this bike, I think, will not do as good in India as the Interceptor 650, unfortunately,
I
because of
think this is a Royal Enfield for like more sensible people, like who actually want to
sophisticated.
tour with the Royal Enfield with
Yes.
no issues.
Get it again. I'm emphasizing that get it tubeless. Don't the moment it comes out from the garage, please showroom. Sorry, garage. Moment it comes out from the showroom, take it to the garage, get it tubeless. वरना you never know showroom के बाहर ही तुम्हारा टायर पंचर हो गया और you push it back into
डिलीवरी वाले दिन टायर में से आवाज आ रही है.
pushing it back into the showroom
Pushing it back.
election.
Yeah,
But Royal Enfield is going in the right direction, so
indeed.
I have to
They
give
are making impressive bikes time and
kudos
time again.
for that. Yes, and they're making bikes too often. The frequency is very high. I mean, now we're going to
सांस
go
लेता
on
हूँ
350.
सांस लेता हूँ. I think somebody in our group said सांस लेता हूँ तो रॉयल एनफील्ड एक नई बाइक निकाल देता
Yeah,
है.
somebody said. We have to go on 350. I am just assuming a go on 650 is on the way as well. So the final
Now this
verdict
beer
is
650.
final verdict is if you have money and if you're going for an interceptorish or scramish bike when you
Yeah.
are going, don't go for the scram
Don't
440.
go for the
Okay,
Scram
don't go
440.
scram 440.
Please,
Go for this.
please.
Yeah, scram 440 has atrocious brakes and clutch is horrible. But if you get this, we'll talk about the scram 440 also later down the line for 2 minutes. I think that's
Yeah.
enough. But this bike, if you are in the market and if you think that yeah, Interceptor has the dual barrel exhaust, it's got chrome, Interceptor has a tachometer, think
Tachometer and all.
past that. Please, I would urge you to think past that and look
Yeah.
at the usefulness of the bike and how good the bike is. You'll be impressed by this bike.
In the
So
real world, you will obviously need a reliable and more practical option, which you can ride daily, even
if you can
to office
convert
or
this
something.
to
If you can, it is not recommended to get these bikes for daily commutes and all, because in the traffic you will be cursing us.
it'll be hot.
Yeah,
And
indeed.
if you get a puncture, you're screwed.
You're
So
screwed.
at the
Yeah,
end of the day, conclusion is Interceptor 650 or Interceptor Bear 650. If you want to ride in the city and you're never going to go off road, go with the Interceptor.
go with the
And
Interceptor.
if you're going to go long tours, if you don't mind the single side exhaust, if you don't mind the ride modes, and if you prefer ride by wire, or if you just like to go with the modern times, get the
Yeah,
Interceptor Bear 650. You will
get
not.
the Interceptor Bear 650. It's a better bike any day.
And like, share, subscribe. We have 319 subscribers as of now. Let's go to 400 by the end. I was not expecting to cross 300 this year. I
Yeah,
genuinely was not. I was expecting 200 this year by the end of this year, and we reached 319. So I'm surprised. So if you watch this video, just subscribe, man. I mean, the red button. The red doesn't look good. Gray is better. Red is bad energy. Gray is good. Make it
indeed.
black. Okay, make it green. Okay, bye.
Bye.